Good afternoon and welcome to the Retail Jeweller YouTube channel. We are doing this special interview with two leading jewelers of North India. We have Dr. Devika Kapoor from Kashi Jewellers, Kanpur, and Arshdeep Khurana from Sham Jewellers, Chandigarh. Welcome to both of you. We'll start with the IIJS Premier Show this year has doubled in size, as you know, and we have two venues this year and two dates. 3rd to 7th, the show is in Geo, and 4th to 8th, the show is at the Bombay Exhibition Center. So what is your view on this new venue and this much larger format of the show?
Hello, good evening. It's been a pleasure that, I'm here to talk about a show which is the premium show of the year for all the jewelers. I feel that, this upcoming year will be a very booming year for all the jewelers all across the globe. And as we know, we'll be heading the upcoming season for all the buying that will start, from the coming months of August. And then eventually it will be for the wedding season where people do all the bridal jewelry buying. And I feel it's good that, we have chosen a venue, the venues that you've just mentioned. But however, on my personal view, I have a feel that, these two venues, since they are just, from the dates which will be following, and in fact, there'll be some common date also in between. There will be a lot of time that will be wasted and a lot of time during commuting, for jewelers, especially, if they are heading towards a geo center or if they have to do the old way, the NSC grounds. So if we could do this way in such a way that, we chose one center only, where we can have the show, like the IIJS show for the 1 week, where it can be divided in two different categories. Like, how we do it in the JCK Vegas, where they have a separate area, which is called the signature area, for the premium buying, like the plum area or the club, where all the premium buying for kundan and polki and diamond jewelry, it can be done that way. And the other area can be for the others, venue can be for IIJS, the original place, which is NSC ground, where we can do all gold jewelry buying. So in that way, there's a lot of time which is in hand for the, for the people who come for buying, and we save a lot of, energy in all aspects. So yeah, that is what I feel. And
so yeah, I am definitely excited for it. I mean, I remember the last show that I started searching for the next one because it's always such a success that you start marking your calendar. And that's when I realized that you guys had already decided for two venues and a bigger show and a longer thing. Now, I take something very positive from this because I have a lot of wholesalers and manufacturers who complain to me that they didn't get a stall or they didn't get the space or something, because of course it's a very premium stall giving out procedure that you guys follow for the good. But there are a lot of people who are disheartened. So I feel because of the bigger space and rather two venues, a lot of them would be accommodated. So that makes me feel very good because otherwise humko na pehle aana padta hai, we have to go to the store or something like that. So I think that way it is going to be positive that in the show only itself, I'll be able to reach out to a much larger market of manufacturers, and hence my selection would be much better.
Great, thank you. Coming to, as you know, the last 2-3 years, we have been witnessing a lot of changes in consumer behavior in terms towards jewelry. More and more people are looking to wear everyday wear jewelry. Even in bridal, they want certain things which they can wear more often rather than keeping it in the locker. And we are seeing a lot of infusion of online, all discovery of jewelry is happening either on Instagram or on other social media platforms or on jewelers' websites, and the consumers are coming in all very prepared. So what is your advice to the manufacturers and exhibitors this year when they are preparing for visitors and retailers like you who are coming in with your buying teams? What is your advice to them regarding products and preparations?
So, my advice to the manufacturers, retailers is that, we have way too many shows which are happening in India, all throughout. In fact, I remember in our times when I started, there used to be just one IIJS, and then there used to be an IIJS in Goa. This is way back, 10 years back. And now we are flooded with shows. Though IIJS Premier is still the #1 jewelry show in India. So, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, other, individual shows that are happening all across. whether it is, I'm sure, the Ahmedabad or the Hyderabad. There's so many prets, there's so many premium shows, and so much of pampering. So the advice would be that, that we should, they should come up with very, very new concepts of jewelry, which is in terms, which is like, like you rightly said, that it could be like an everyday, or it can be easily worn later on also. Like many options and flexible options should be there. So that, for us, it is very easy to buy. Because as like I end by saying that, that we go there to see jewelry, to select, and then to finally, buy those jewelry. We should not be just hunting and going to different shows. That should be like a premium one show where it's a one-stop buy. So
Yes.
that's what I feel. That's
Yes,
what
yes. No, IIJS Premier really certainly is that one show, and we have been seeing last over 38 years now that
Yeah.
almost 50% of the total years buying happens at IIJS Premier.
So there should not be any repetition. There should not be very, things which we've been seeing last so many years. A lot of new designs and new concepts should be on the
To
board.
me, see, the bigger the show, the bigger the competition. So they have something at their hands. They need to now compete really well with each other because they're going to have a lot of competition. And so they really need to have something that sets them apart. That's my advice, or that's my expectation, that it's not just now, it's also that we are going to come there and we're going to look for something. Of course, we're going to look for the usuals, but we are also going to look for something that cuts through the competition, that is different, because that's the way North works. North wants something which is completely new. They follow Bollywood celebs, they follow everybody, and we see that even the Bollywood celebs are taking a shine to real jewelry, be it diamonds, be it anything. We've all seen the Kiara Siddharth wedding. So now people are looking for the designer pieces as well. Be it a retailer, they don't need to necessarily go to a designer store to buy something designer and something. Every bride wants to be that famous trending bride. So we would want the consistent, the usual ones, of course, that is there for the purchasing. But for the manufacturers, I would suggest them that this is the show that they need to live up to. This show. This is a show that comes with a lot of expectations, and they have to fulfill those expectations by bringing in something really unique, amazing, and something we just buy without thinking.
What are the trends, in jewelry? You said that there are a lot of things which are new, which is happening now. Can you tell us something about the trend, especially in North India and your city in Kanpur, Lucknow, that entire belt?
So, here for last couple of months, since it's been extremely hot, like North India is facing the extreme temperatures. So there has not been much buying in terms of, gold jewelry, unless there's a wedding in the family, or considerably unless there is some kind of a, special day or some muhurat where people do buy. When they see the gold dip, they do buy. But the trend as such is basically, like you said, it's more in terms of a very practical jewelry that people can easily adorn in terms of their prices, where, when you are spending in about an X grams of gold, you want that the wearability should be much more. So yes, I would also say more of pret jewelry also, like, gold may there's something which is called antique, but there are a lot of pret thought concept about people. It should be something which is very unique, something which is, not seen. As we know that, we have so many jewelers and so many, options available. People even have these imports. It should be something like a class apart and something which people can easily relate to. And more like a very fashionable kind of an option available, because regular everybody would have.
So going into the retail for the same, diamonds have become the North's best friend. We can see brides right now, they are actually, even brides would want to layer up in diamond, because when they layer up in diamond, they can use the diamond pieces again for the future to wear it just like that. Diamond, be it the diamond or be it the uncut diamonds, which is the polki. These are the ones that we are seeing a craze for. It could be for the daily use or it could be for the bridal use. We've seen a spike. Gold is always there. Gold is something I call evergreen. It's also because it comes with a investment angle, and everybody would want to have that in their financial portfolio. But diamond is the one where they get to express their personal style. So that is what I feel is the focus, that's the way the trend is right now.
Okay, great. Coming to the final question, what do you feel, this financial year is going to be like compared to last year? We know the figures for the last 2-3 years has been very good. But what do you feel this year is going to look like?
So, I feel it's going to be a little booming response because, we are seeing so much of movement around the globe, amount of expenditure people are doing in terms of traveling, and so much of, extra disposable income where people want to do it. So it has to be a very, very upgoing scale. And as we know that after the COVID, things have really settled, and people now have, taken it on the, go that however, make the best use of the day. So I think jewelry will take in, and this is going to be a phenomenal year for all retailers, manufacturers. The kind of gap that we had during the COVID times, I think this should really cover up for the upcoming years. Yes.
So, see, Sham as a brand thankfully has seen a consistent rise year after year. But it's very rightly said that COVID also turned out to be a very booming factor for the jewelry business. And that we've seen consistently. It's gold is in the term of investment that people wanted an investment for the rainy day, for whatever may happen. Diamond is that thing that they would be like, we don't know if there's a tomorrow. If I want a diamond, if I want a solitaire, I'm going to go and buy it today. And of course, luxury goods is something people are really investing towards. Jewelry comes into that. So considering all those options, we are seeing a very good, very progressive state right now, and we hope to just go up and up.
Excellent. Thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you.
Fantastic
Thank you.
views and insights you have given us. As expected, North India is always leading the way for us. So it's very nice. We look forward to seeing both of you on 3rd of August at Geo at the start of the IIJS premiere.
Thank you